What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you all are doing wonderful on this Saturday evening. Time is going by very fast. It doesn't even feel like a Saturday. At least to me, it doesn't. But I hope that you all are doing well. I was going to do this last night, but baby, I had to learn. I'm still learning the balance between rest and all that shit. So, okay, so I figured I would do it today and just kind of just um, get this chapter on up out the way. I'm trying my best to read one chapter a day, at least on YouTube. I do read other books on the back end, but I am starting to have more appreciation for reading this online. And even if only 10 people hear this, I just hope that at least one person out of that 10 can resonate with the seven spiritual laws of success and feel confident enough to apply it in their life and to watch God, source, universe, and yourself work and manifest miracles. Okay, so before we get into chapter 2 of the spiritual laws of success, excuse me, um, we're always smart over here. We work smarter, not harder, okay, when it comes to the objective world, all right? Boom. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And with that being said, let's get into chapter 2 entitled The Law of Giving. Excuse me. Take a sip of water real quick. Excuse me. Also, if you're expecting a perfected read through of this on this particular channel, you're not going to get that here. So I'm doing it the BubzDaGawd way, okay? And if it don't resonate with you, that's fine. Go find who does, so that someone who it does resonates with can come in and get what they need from this, all right? The law of giving. The universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And in our willingness to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. This frail vessel thou emptiest again and again, and fillest it ever with fresh life. This little flute of a reed thou hast carried over hills and dales, and hast breathed through its melodies externally new. Thy infinite gifts come to me only on those very small hands of mine. Ages pass, and still thou pourest, and still there is room to fill. That is from Lord Help Me With This Enunciation. I'm gonna have to hooked on phonics this out, okay? Sound syllable. Rabindranath Tagore. Gitanjali. Gitanjali. You gonna get it one time, okay? What's going on, Spice? Say what's going on. Good to always see you in the building. Okay, because once you get a taste of BubzDaGawd, let me explain something to you. You can leave, but that vibe will never leave you or leave you. No for thank you, okay? The second spiritual law of success is the law of giving. This law could also be called the law of giving and receiving, because the universe operates through dynamic exchange. Nothing is static. Your body is in dynamic and constant exchange with the body of the universe. Your mind is dynamically interacting with the mind of the cosmos. Your energy is an expression of cosmic energy. The flow of life is nothing other than the harmonious interaction of all the elements and forces that structure the field of existence. This harmonious interaction of elements and forces in your life operates as the law of giving. Because your body and your mind and the universe are in constant and dynamic exchange, stopping the circulation of energy is like stopping the flow of blood. Whenever blood stops flowing, it begins to clot, to coagulate, to stagnate. This is why you must give and receive in order to keep wealth and affluence, or anything you want in life, circulating in your life. The word affluence comes from the root word affluere, which means to flow to. I hope I pronounced that right. If not, it is what it is. The word affluence means to flow in abundance. Money is really a symbol of the life energy we exchange and the life energy we use as a result of the service we provide to the universe. Another word for money is currency, which also reflects the flowing nature of energy. The word currency comes from the Latin word, Lord help me, currere, which means to run or to flow. I feel like Andrew Caldwell, okay? The vibe never leave you, nor forsake you. Therefore, if we stop the circulation of money, if our only intention is to hold on to our money and hoard it, since it is life energy, we will stop its circulation back into our lives as well. In order to keep that energy coming to us, we have to keep the energy circulating. Like a river, money must keep flowing. Otherwise, it begins to stagnate, to clog, to suffocate, and strangle its very own life force. Circulation keeps it alive and vital. Every relationship is one of give and take. Giving engenders receiving, and receiving engenders giving. What goes up must come down. What goes out must come back. In reality, receiving is the same thing as giving, because giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. If you stop the flow of either, you interfere with nature's intelligence. In every seed is the promised Lord. In every seed is the promise of thousands of forests. But the seed must not be hoarded. It must give its intelligence to the fertile ground. Through its giving, its unseen energy flows into material manifestation. The more you give, the more you will receive, because you will keep the abundance of the universe circulating in your life. In fact, anything that is of value in life only multiplies when it is given. That which doesn't multiply through giving is neither worth giving nor worth receiving. If, through the act of giving, you feel you have lost something, then the gift is not truly given and will not cause increase. If you give grudgingly, there is no energy behind that giving. It is the intention behind your giving and receiving that is the most important thing. The intention should always be to create happiness for the giver and the receiver, because happiness is life-supporting and life-sustaining and therefore generates increase. The return is directly proportional to the giving when it's unconditional and from the heart. That is why the act of giving has to be joyful. The frame of mind has to be one in which you feel joy in the very act of giving. Then the energy behind the giving increases many times over. Practicing the law of giving is actually very simple. If you want joy, give joy to others. If you want love, learn to give love. If you want attention and appreciation, learn to give attention and appreciation. If you want material affluence, help others to become materially affluent. In fact, the easiest way to get what you want is to help others get what they want. That's a word, baby. I'm telling you, no shade. That's what I'm learning. This principle works equally well for individuals, corporations, societies, and nations. If you want to be blessed with all the good things in life, learn to silently bless everyone with all the good things in life. Even the thought of giving, the thought of blessing, or a simple prayer has the power to affect others. This is because our body, reduced to its essential state, is a localized bundle of energy and information in a universe of energy and information. We are localized bundles of consciousness in a conscious universe. The word consciousness implies more than just energy and information. It implies energy and information which is alive as thought. Therefore, we are bundles of thought in a thinking universe, and thought has the power to transform. Life is the eternal dance of consciousness that expresses itself as the dynamic exchange of impulses of intelligence between microcosm and microcosm, between the human body and the universal body, between the human mind and the cosmic mind. When you learn to give that which you seek, you activate and choreograph the dance with an exquisite, energetic, and vital movement that constitutes the internal throb of life, or throb. Girl, y'all know last time third throb, it is what it is. Tomato, tomato. Okay? Let me take a quick sip real quick. If you're enjoying the video thus far, please hit the like button. It is so simple. Again, we're talking about the law of giving, not just of giving and receiving, but we're understanding the giving part, because that's the part where the fear is. We have no problem receiving. We have no problem when money come our way. We have no problem when blessings come our way. But to keep that circulation of that feeling and that flow, you have to learn to feel the same way that you feel when you receive, when you give. And that's one thing I'm learning too. Like, the fact that I sit here for hours and maybe have 4, 5, 6, 7 people at most in my life, that's still me giving. I'm giving of my energy and of my time, things that I can't get back. And not just that, I'm doing my part to help alleviate a lot of the stress and confusion and anger that a lot of us feel, especially in the American society, by just sharing time and offering up my part of humanity. You get what I'm saying? Like, learning to give in as many facets as I can, not just financially, but of my gift, my time, my talents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally manifesting the things that I want on the back end, but I realize that, guess what? I have to give too. I have to help out too. I have to pay my dues too. And I'm learning to enjoy paying my dues, because it forever keeps me aligned and centered. All right. And yes, Spicy, please don't be shy. Even though I can be shy at times, you ain't got to be shy when it comes to hitting that like button, okay? The best way to put the law of giving into operation, to start the whole process of circulation, is to make a decision that at any time you come into contact with anyone, you will give them something. It doesn't have to be in the form of material things. It could be a flower, a compliment, or a prayer. In fact, the most powerful forms of giving are non-material. The gifts, Lord, Andrew, let me go ahead and give Andrew his real quick. I told you, we free over here, but we free in a different way. Hold on, where Andrew at? Let me go ahead and give y'all Andrew real quick.
And that's one thing. And
You wanted it,
okay.
and you got it.
You what?
You wanted it,
And you what?
and you got it.
Okay, now that we got that out the way, maybe he'll back up a little bit. The gifts of caring, attention, affection, appreciation, and love are some of the most precious gifts you can give. And they don't cost you anything. When you meet someone, you can silently send them a blessing, wishing them happiness, joy, and laughter. This kind of silent giving is very powerful. One of the things I was taught as a child, in which I taught my children also, is never to go to anyone's house without bringing something. Never visit anyone without bringing them a gift. You may say, "Well, how can I give to others when at the moment I don't have enough myself?" You can bring a flower, one flower. You can bring a note or a card which says something about your feelings for the person you're visiting. You can bring a compliment. You can bring a prayer. Make a decision to give wherever you go, to whomever you see. As long as you're giving, you will be receiving. The more you give, the more confidence you will gain in the miraculous effects of this law, And as you receive more, your ability to give more will also increase. Our true nature is one of affluence and abundance. We are naturally affluent because nature supports every need and desire. We lack nothing because our essential nature is one of what? Pure potentiality and infinite possibilities. Therefore, you must know that you are already inherently affluent, no matter how much or how little money you have, because the source of all wealth is the field of pure potentiality. It is the consciousness that knows how to fulfill every need, including joy, love, laughter, peace, harmony, and knowledge. If you seek these things first, not only for yourself, but for others, all else will come to you spontaneously. Applying the law of giving. I will put the law of giving into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. First, wherever I go and whoever I encounter, I will bring them a gift. The gift may be a compliment, a flower, or a prayer. Today, I will give something to everyone that I come in contact with. I thought it was a period. I come in contact with. And so I will begin the process of circulating joy, wealth, and affluence in my life and in the lives of others. What's up, Queen Amber? Shout out to you. What's going on? Second, today I will gratefully receive all the gifts that life has to offer me. I will receive the gifts of nature, sunlight, and the sound of birds singing, or spring showers, or the first snow of winter. I will also be open to receiving from others, whether it be in the form of a material gift, money, a compliment, or a prayer. Third, I will make a commitment to keep wealth circulating in my life by giving and receiving life's most precious gifts, the gifts of caring, affection, appreciation, and love. Each time I meet someone, I will silently wish them happiness, joy, and laughter. And that is the end of chapter 2, okay? Entitled The Law of Giving. I low-key want to read chapter 3 because this was short. I think that's what I'm going to do. Two birds, one stone. Okay? Because it said the more you give, baby. So I'm about to apply this shit in my life right now. We're going to do chapter 3, but what we're going to do is I'm going to take like a quick like break or something to kind of just sip on some water. Probably hit my joint a few more times, okay, baby? Because I'm going to keep giving to Mother Marijuana because she keeps giving to me, okay? And we will get into chapter 3 entitled The Law of Karma or Cause and Effect. And I think that chapter is going to be a very interesting one. So we will be right back. Give me a few. All right, y'all. Also, if you like the instrumentals that are playing for this particular read through of this book, they are located in the description box below. The one that you're hearing now is, of course, if you have a good ear, is Michael Jackson's Heaven Can Wait. But Cosmic Perspective is just so fucking amazing. Just their channel, just, oh my God, I listen to their instrumentals all the time. And this one right here is just so calming and I love it. And it just really just, it inspires me and encourages me more to just like do what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And how it just, I don't know, music like that just feels so good to me. And the fact that I can have it playing for you guys while I'm doing these read throughs, again, I'm learning to be grateful in life, okay? Because again, you only got one life to live. And how long have some of us been living our life in a way that's probably not the most beneficial for us? So it's kind of like the fact that I'm able to kind of open my mind up and just even document that and share that experience with y'all. And for some of y'all who are doing the same thing in your own way, your own unique expression of it, I'm just grateful for it, you know? And maybe it's just me, and I feel that way with or without the weed. No shade. Okay? All right, y'all, let's get into chapter 3. Matter of fact, can I edit this? Yeah, let me put chapter 2 and 3 one second. There we go. There we go. I'm learning to work smarter, not harder. Your progress gives in the future and within 1 year. Bitch, what? I'm just trying to say the changes. Oh, I can't change it at this time? Okay, never mind. Oh, I did. Okay, never mind. Anyway, chapter 3, the law of karma, or cause and effect. Is the background music kind of balanced right? Could you let me know, Spicy, please, if possible? Does it sound balanced? I hope the music is not overpowering my voice, because I'm still trying to figure out how to really keep this stuff balanced. Because I don't know, maybe the quality of headphones that I have, I don't know. But if it's too loud, the music, please let me know. But I'm going to proceed until someone says something. All right. Every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in a like kind. What we sow is what we reap. All good. Thank you so much, Spicy. I appreciate you. And when we choose actions that bring happiness and success to others, the fruit of our karma is happiness and success. So make sure y'all pay attention to this particular chapter. Even me, I'm reminding myself again, when I read this stuff, I'm also helping me too. Even though I read this book, a second read through is always good, okay? Just to kind of refresh things, all right? Or give you a more aware perspective than before, right? Okay. Karma is the eternal assertion of human freedom. Our thoughts, our words, and deeds are the threads of the net which we throw around ourselves. This is from, again, forgive me for these damn enunciations. I'm going to have to Andrew Caldwell, hooked on phonics, this out too. Swami Vivek Ananda. Okay, praise the Lord. The third spiritual law of success is the law of karma. Karma is both action and the consequence of that action. It is cause and effect simultaneously, because every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. There is nothing unfamiliar about the law of karma. Everyone has heard the expression, what you sow is what you reap. Obviously, if you want to create happiness in our lives, we must learn to sow the seeds of happiness. Therefore, karma implies the action of conscious choice making. You and I are essentially infinite choice makers. In every moment of our existence, we are in that field of all possibilities which we have access to, an infinity of choices, Lord. Some of these choices are made consciously, while others are made unconsciously. But the best way to understand and maximize the use of karmic law is to become consciously aware of the choices we make in every moment. Whether you like it or not, okay? Everything that is happening at this moment is a result of the choices you've made in the past. Unfortunately, a lot of us made choices unconsciously, and therefore we don't think that, they are choices, and yet they are. If I were to insult you, right, you would most likely make the choice of being offended. If I were to pay you a compliment, you would most likely make the choice of being pleased or flattered. But think about it. It's still a choice. I could offend you, and I could insult you, and you could make the choice of not being offended. I could pay you a compliment, and you could make the choice of not letting that flatter you either. In other words, most of us, even though we are infinite choice makers, have become bundles of conditioned reflexes that are constantly being triggered by people and circumstances into predictable outcomes of behavior. These conditioned reflexes, are like Pavlovian conditioning. Pavlov is famous for demonstrating that if you give a dog something to eat every time you ring a bell, soon the dog starts to salivate the dog starts to salivate when you just ring the bell, because it has associated one stimulus with the other. Most of us, as a result of conditioning, have repetitious and predictable responses to the stimuli in our environment. Our reactions seem to be automatically triggered by people and circumstances, and we forget that these are still choices that we are making in every moment of our existence. We are simply making these choices unconsciously. Now, if you step back for a moment and witness the choices you are making as you make those choices, then, in just this act of witnessing, you take the whole process from this unconscious realm into the conscious realm. This procedure of conscious choice making and witnessing is very empowering. When you make any choice at all, you can ask yourself two things. First of all, what are the consequences of this choice that I'm making? In your heart, you will immediately know what these are. Secondly, will this choice that I'm making now bring happiness to me and to those around me? If the answer is yes, then go ahead with that choice. If the answer is no, if that choice brings distress either to you or to those around you, then don't make that choice. It's as simple as that. There is only one choice out of the infinity of choices available in every second that will create happiness for you as well as those around you. Let me read that again. There is only one choice out of the infinity of choices available in every second that will create happiness for you as well as those around you. And when you make that one choice, it will result in a form of behavior that is called spontaneous right action. Spontaneous right action is the right action at the right moment. It is the right response to every situation as it happens. It is the action that nourishes you and everyone else who is influenced by that action. There is a very interesting mechanism that the universe has to help you make spontaneously correct choices. The mechanism has to do with sensations in your body. Your body experiences two kinds of sensations. One is a sensation of comfort. The other is a sensation of discomfort. At the moment you consciously make a choice, pay attention to your body and ask your body, if I make this choice, what happens? If your body sends a message of comfort, that's the right choice. If your body sends a message of discomfort, then it's not the appropriate choice. For some people, the message of comfort and discomfort is in the area of the solar plexus. But for most people, it's in the area of the heart. Consciously put your attention in the heart and ask your heart what to do. Then wait for the response, a physical response in the form of a sensation. It may be the faintest level of feeling, but it's there in your body. Only the heart knows the correct answer. Most people think the heart is mushy and sentimental, but it's not. The heart is intuitive. It's holistic. It's contextual. It's relational. It doesn't have a win-lose orientation. It taps into the cosmic computer, the field of pure potentiality, pure knowledge, and infinite organizing power, and takes everything into account. At times, it may not even seem rational, but the heart has a computing ability that is far more accurate and far more precise than anything within the limits of rational thought. You can lose, Lord. You can use the law of karma to create money and affluence and the flow of all good things to you anytime you want. But first, you must become consciously aware that your future is generated by the choices you are making in every moment of your life. If you do this on a regular basis, then you are making full use of the law of karma. The more you bring your choices into the level of your conscious awareness, the more you will make those choices which are spontaneously correct, both for you and those around you. What about past karma and how excuse me, let me say that again. Slow down. Even I'm working out my own law of karma. I'm catching myself and correcting myself and just working on me. What about past karma and how it is influencing you now? There are 3 things you can do about past karma. One is to pay your karmic debts. Most people choose to do that, unconsciously, of course. This may be a choice you make also. Sometimes there's a lot of suffering involved in the payment of those debts, but the law of karma says no debt in the universe ever goes unpaid. There is a perfect accounting system in this universe, and everything is a constant to and fro exchange of energy. The second thing you can do is to transmute or transform your karma into a more desirable experience. This is a very interesting process in which you can ask yourself as you're paying your karmic debt, what can I learn from this experience? Why is this happening, and what is the message that the universe is giving to me? How can I make this experience useful to my fellow human beings? By doing this, you look for the seed of opportunity and then tie that seed of opportunity with your dharma, with your purpose in life, which we'll talk about in the 7th spiritual law of success. This allows you to transmute the karma to a new expression. For example, if you break your leg while playing sports, you might ask, what can I learn from this experience? What is the message that the universe is giving me? Perhaps the message is that you need to slow down and be more careful or attentive to your body the next time. And if your dharma is to teach others what you know, then by asking, how can I make this experience useful to my fellow human beings, you may decide to share what you learned by writing a book about playing sports safely. Or you may design a special shoe or leg support that prevents the kind of injury you experienced. Interesting. This way, while paying your karmic debt, you will have also converted the adversity into a benefit that may bring you wealth and fulfillment. This is the transmutation of your karma into a positive experience. You haven't really gotten rid of your karma, but you are able to take a karmic episode and create a new and positive karma out of it. The third way to deal with karma is to transcend it. To transcend karma is to become independent of it. The way to transcend karma is to keep experiencing the gap, the self, the spirit. It's like washing a dirty piece of cloth in a stream of water. Every time you wash it, you take away a few stains. You keep washing it again and again, and each time it gets a little cleaner. You wash or transcend the seeds of your karma by going into the gap and coming out again. This, of course, is done through the practice of meditation. All actions are karmic episodes. Drinking a cup of coffee is a karmic episode. That action generates memory, and memory has the ability or the potentiality to generate desire, and desire generates action again. The operational software of your soul is karma, memory, and desire. Your soul is a bundle of consciousness that has the seeds of karma, memory, and desire. By becoming conscious of these seeds of manifestation, you become a conscious generator of reality. By becoming a conscious choice maker, you begin to generate actions that are evolutionary for you and for those that are around you. And that's all you need to do. Okay? As long as karma is evolutionary for both the self and everyone affected by the self, then the fruits of karma will bring happiness and success. Applying the law of karma, or cause and effect. I will put the law of karma into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. First, today I will witness the choices I make in every moment. And in the mere witnessing of these choices, I will bring them to my conscious awareness. I will know that the best way to prepare for any moment in the future is to be fully conscious in the present. Ooh. Second, whenever I make a choice, I will ask myself two questions. What are the consequences of this choice that I'm making? And will this choice bring fulfillment and happiness to me and also to those who are affected by this choice? And third, I will then ask my heart for guidance and be guided by its message of comfort or discomfort. If the choice feels comfortable, I will plunge ahead with abandon. If the choice feels uncomfortable, I will pause and see the consequences of my action with my inner vision. This guidance will enable me to make spontaneously correct choices for myself and for those around me. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of chapter 3, entitled The Law of Karma, or cause and effect. How did y'all feel about these two chapters? What resonated with you? Leave it in the comment sections below. Okay? Amber said you need to watch this guy named London Charles. His videos are hilarious. You can watch season 1 through 5 on you. London Charles, that sounds very familiar. It's a lot of things I gotta do. I'm over here trying to finish the first season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I said to myself, I'm going to at least find one show to binge watch, cause I'm over here on the back end, on the ground level, literally envisioning what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, and even manifesting that energy of what I desire and feeling it right now. Again, like it said in the law of karma, the present moment. I don't know, when I read these books again for a second time, as I'm reading them, I'm like looking back over my experiences and be like, wow, these chapters are like low-key just validating what I'm doing. And not just validating what I'm doing, but also broadening my perspective so that I can deepen the flow. Okay? To really experience what my best life looks like. And that's why even with me stuttering and stuff, and I make fun of that and I laugh at that, but not like in a way of like, oh, I'm going to laugh at it first before y'all do. No, I'm learning to love those things about me, because those are things that make me unique in my own expression. And I've been doing this type of like self-love work since 2018, and since 2020 I really deepened it, because I really started to, like I said, go into my cocoon phase. And I'm low-key like excited and nervous at the same time, because I know that my cocoon phase is kind of like ending, but I needed that moment in time to really sit down and in the present moment have some sort of foundational blueprint of what I want my life experience going forward to look like. And I'll share something with you today that is like blowing my mind on a small level. And it's kind of like, when you walk by faith, it's like giving God to the universe, like, okay, here's what I want. And the universe is being like, okay, let me put my stank on it. The universe saying, okay, let me put my little essence, my little isms on it. Okay, let me doctor it up for you. I've been saying recently that I'm starting to fall in love again with like acting and writing scripts, because when I was in high school, that's what all I did for high school was act. I was very creative. I was in my creative flow. It was like one of the best years of my life, honestly, especially dealing with being bullied and ridiculed and made fun of from kindergarten all the way up to damn near the 8th grade. And now that I am the age that I am now, it's like all those dreams that I thought were dead are starting to come back to life. And I'm not looking at it like, oh my God, it's the Walking Dead, bitch. But like, it's giving me a second chance and to do it even better than what I could have done the first time. But the first time, I also realized that I was counting myself out of a lot of my own blessings. Blessings that really were going to benefit me. And again, I spent the majority of my 20s chasing love outside of me, looking for a relationship to complete me. If I was just in a relationship, then maybe someone will love me enough to where I can accomplish what I really want in life and, manifest my destiny. And unconsciously, with these laws of success, I wasn't using the laws successfully. I was, falling deeper and deeper into my own stuff. But like I said, I've been sharing projects and stuff like that I want to do, script ideas or whatever. And there are 2 people that I follow on Instagram, and they follow me too. They are local, like indie filmmakers in Detroit, and they literally just get their team together. They come up with ideas, they film and they do stuff and they just put it out. Whether it's like a short film, whether it's a 5-minute film, like, and even one of the other individuals is like, he's doing like film work for like, I think it's like Major Press or something. Like, he recently just like set up the camera work for the interview for I think it's Halle Bailey, if I'm not mistaken, who is the new mermaid. He was there, met her and stuff. So like, again, he's manifesting what he desires too, because he's also helping other people. He's putting in the work. He doesn't feel like, oh, this is beneath me. He's like, no, I'm grateful to still serve. I'm still grateful to give, because as I give, people are going to see what I'm giving. They're going to connect with that level of giving, and they want to give to me, and then vice versa. Again, with chapter 2, the law of giving and receiving, like, putting those things into work. Anyway, there's 2 guys who are filmmakers, but they have a company together called Film Toy Productions, and one of them is starting to release like this short film called Daywalker, and it's like a black vampire stuff. And for me, I want to do stuff like that. Like, where are the black vampires, witches? Where's like the ethereal stuff of blackness? Like, besides what we just got now, can we have kingdoms too? Can we have superheroes too? Like, can we also create things that highlight us in a different light and just being the change we want to see? I always share their content. Whatever it is, I don't be like, oh my God, it takes us a hassle to share. I will like and share shit in a minute. It's only a few seconds anyway. It's like, it's not even hard. And that is a blessing, because what you're doing is that when you share people's content, whether even liking my content helps me out a lot, because it helps me get up in the YouTube algorithms. But I share their stuff all the time, and they message me and say, hey, man, I've been seeing you support our stuff all the time. I want to let you know it's not going by unnoticed. We appreciate it. And I was very excited about that. I'm like, wow. And I responded and I said, I appreciate what y'all doing. I admire that y'all are literally just out here manifesting y'all best life. Even if it's on the ground level, y'all still believing in yourselves. And I even shared like, hey, if you guys need any help, whether you need a motherfucker in front of the camera, whether you need a nigga behind the camera, I don't care if I need to hold a boom mic. I don't care if I'm holding a little thing. I don't even, as long as I'm in that environment. Because again, with manifesting it, baby, you still got to do your part. The universe going to do its part. The universe has no problem giving you what it is that you reverberate, because that's what it's been doing. It's just that when you become conscious, you have to still do your part. You have to face your ego. You have to face your fears. You have to face your cross experience. It is not personal. It's a way to ascend. So as long as I'm in the environment, in the room, I don't give a damn if I'm just in the background just documenting shit. I don't give a fuck if I'm like, hey, can I just sit here and just watch y'all do this? Like, can I just sit here and just bask in the ambiance of what it looks like to actually manifest? Because I have so many script ideas and all that type of stuff. But I think for me, the way that I work, I need to be with a team of people who are dedicated and who are serious. Because there is no I in team, but it sure is me, M-E. And I feel like if I surround myself with people who are out here doing it, it's going to want to even inspire me even more to actually do it. And starting off in servitude is a way. Didn't you just hear what the damn book said in chapter 2 of the law of giving and receiving? You have to give and receive. The way to get whatever you want is to help other people get what they want. That's not narcissistic. That's not using anybody. That's literally applying one of the 7 spiritual laws of success, baby. I know there's a whole bunch more, but this is just a simple, the basics, girl. Then you can expand to 14, well, all that shit. Listen. And I'd be baffled because I'd be like, wow, this shit is really happening. And a wise mystic told me this shit. And it's like every day that shit has become more real, and more real. When you start walking in self-love, you're going down a rabbit hole that you will never, ever want to go back. And that can be scary because you're leaving everything behind to go get what's yours. And because of fear, a lot of us will become familiar with what we have because, hey, at least I know what's going to happen. But look at how it's destroying us and literally feeding lies into our mind that we are not worthy. That we have to get to this certain level first before we made it. It's like, no, the fact that you are living and breathing and the fact that the universe allows you to have this experience means that you are always winning. You just got to be cognitive of it. And I'm going to tell you, when you start doing this type of stuff, in the beginning, it's going to sound like parables. It's going to sound like, oh, this nigga just high. It's going to sound like all that. And that's okay, too. That's okay. But again, it's through application that you begin to learn, that you begin to understand, and that you begin to experience it. And yes, one thing about humanity, baby, is that seeing is really believing. That is true. And when I tell y'all these past 2 days, because it's kind of been chilly to be going outside, and them damn cats was getting on my nerves, and my allergies acting up. So I have like this window at the end of my room because I have a very long ass room. Like my room is long as hell. I'm like, damn, universe, come on. This now we need to expand the width of it a little bit. And then damn, I done manifested my financially free room. Shit. But at the end of it, there's like this window and there's some steps. And I sat there last night and I was listening to a podcast and I was just sitting there, smoking my stuff and just the window was open. I was looking at the trees because there's a lot of trees where I live. Thank God for that. And I don't know, just like this feeling of peace came over me because it's like you're on the right path. You're on the right track. You're doing what you need to do. And there'll be times where I'd be like, okay, girl, maybe I made the wrong choice. It's like, okay, maybe at this point I bit off more than I can chew. You know what I'm saying? But to still go through it anyway. To experience and to see. Not to allow that fear to stop me. And then again, if some sort of undesirable situation happens, again, in the chapter 3, the law of karma, the cause and effect, you can still learn to transcend the karma. This shit is deep. And what I'm sharing on my platform, the one of many books, they're not the truth within itself. They are simply signposts to the truth. The truth, your subjective truth, unique truth, individual truth is inside of you. And nobody is going to access your truth for you except you. And I say that with all of my 5'2" and 5'2.5" on a good day height. Okay? But yeah, thank y'all for rocking with me. I low-key wanted to read chapter 4 because I enjoy doing stuff like this. Like, this is what I really want to do. And it's like I'm finding the flow of my channel now because it's like I'm kind of like in the podcast era that I'm in right now because it's like I don't have to worry about looking a certain way and people being distracted by what they're seeing. I want people to listen. That's the problem. We too visually stimulated. We need to be mentally stimulated, okay? Emotionally stimulated. So for the individuals who come through who rock with me, I really appreciate y'all because, again, if it's only one person in the room, that's fine. That one person is tied to my destiny. Okay? And I appreciate that. And again, I'm just learning to fall into the flow of least resistance. And I know these things seem impossible and they seem like it can't happen, or that these things are out of a fairy tale, or damn Bubz just high all the damn time. He done fried his damn brain. Now he believe in all type of other shit. I'd rather believe this shit here than anything else. I'd rather believe something that actually empowers me and strengthens me and keeps me aware and actually gives me the keys to manifest my best life and tell me that it is possible for me despite what everyone outside of me might think, might believe, want to believe. It don't matter, because I'm understanding what's the most important thing for me to believe is what I believe. But I choose to build my foundation of awareness and seeing and knowing on love. I could have chose to build it off of something more egoic, but I see what happens when people build their shit off of ego. And not even that, it just means that, baby, you can learn, girl, but you're gonna have to learn in a more ouch way. And sometimes people need that, because I was one of them. For all of the majority of my 20s, I kept I kept walking into the punches. No, he don't be hitting me. I be walking into that was me, willingly. I was like, I don't know if y'all watch Bigo. I was like Dre Baby right now. Dre Baby is the king, queen, whatever of the app, and he getting ready to give half of his damn agency, almost half of his damn financial stuff to an individual that objectively and clearly is using him for money and clout and doesn't love him. I was that individual. And I ain't judging Dre Baby, it's just that I was once there, so I can understand the energy and frequency. But just like in chapter 1, a lot of times money, title, all that stuff alone in an egoic state, it's still your experience, but it's not going to offer the most pleasurable experience. And you have a right to choose that too, because it's, again, still your life. But for those who, once again, want to work smarter and not harder outside of them, no shade, because for me, I only work hard when it comes to God and it comes to me. Everyone else outside of me, I work smarter with. I work hard for me to fill my cup to a point to where it's overflow, and then I work smart about the overflow of love that I give. And again, the way you can give is a lot of the things towards the end of those chapters can become, it may not be right now, but it can become, it's possible, very easy and autonomous for you. Because again, these are all, this book really, when you look at it from a different perspective, even deeper, it's literally about learning and activating and being active in reversing a lot of old habits that we unconsciously continue to support, that is hurting us, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. A lot of guilt, hurt, shame, a lot of all those low vibrating energies that are really just springboards for you to ascend, but we become so familiar with them. It's those things that we continue to learn. Again, with me being bullied, not being good enough, not being worthy of having real, true, genuine friends. I had a few sprinkled about, but not like, I thought I would. The fact of, even with me being in church, the fact that I understand how they feel about queer people, but still having to use your gifts and talents in ways to be accepted and to feel valued, even though these people tell you that not even God values you because of a certain particular action. Having to suppress who you are and your creative outlets and expressions to be accepted, that can create very life draining thought processes and patterns that become habits and that become your reality. Right? But when you become aware of your reality, when you become aware of your thoughts, when you become aware of your feelings, and you deal with the truth, which can be scary as fuck, I'm telling you, it can. But again, fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. When you learn to walk, and you can still be afraid as you're walking forward. You can still be shooketh while walking forward. Like, you can do two things at once. But once you get up to it, and the closer you get to it, and you scared and you scared and you scared, but you like, bitch, I'm still gonna throw them bowls forward. You start walking through it. And once you start walking through your own fear, baby, you start really walking in your true power. And of course, again, these are just 7 spiritual laws of success, but people can also take those laws and use them however they want, even if it's in a destructive way. But again, law of karma, baby, no debt goes unpaid, remember. But I just wanted to share this with you all. To those that it hits, keep going and doing what you're doing. And for those that don't, you still loved, you still covered. And maybe my expression of it just didn't hit, but I hope that you find a vibration that does hit, that benefits you. Baby, when I tell you, when my manifestations come into this reality, and I have more of a structured schedule, because I'm pretty sure I'll be a lot better than what I am now at that time, but I'm going to enjoy these type of moments where I can literally get on live. I can have so much damn weed at my disposal. It's like, damn, just weed everywhere. Weed in the kitchen, weed in the bedroom. I don't know about in the bathroom. Weed in the outside by the pool. Weed just in places. Weeds and guns. Just all that type of stuff everywhere. That I can sit down and literally do lives like this and interact with people who just want to be interacted with, who want to learn, who want to build community, who want to better themselves. Like, I mean, a leprechaun can dream, right? Okay. But anyway, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Shout out to Queen Spicy, who is always in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to Queen Amber, who is always in the building. Shout out to y'all. They was the only ones that came today, y'all, and that's cool. We honor that, okay? Shout out to the replay gang. And yeah, we will probably be back tomorrow, okay, for we're gonna do chapter 4 and 5, okay, because only 7 chapters. We get 6 and 7, all right? But I will see y'all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday night. Saturday night. Listen to the rock and roll. Saturday night. Saturday night. Y'all remember that movie called Heavyweights? I might watch that movie tonight. No, I have to watch Buffy. Okay, see how I be all over the place. Anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.